Union Aerospace Corporation, an arm of the most powerful conglomerate on Earth, has been performing secret experiments in their base on Mars, tapping into the very fabric of the universe itself and beyond.
Look better than the sequel is just baffling to me. S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2, without any exaggeration, looks worse than its 15-year-old half-brother.
UAC scientists have made discoveries that will forever change human existence. Then something went terribly wrong.
Mostly because S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 looks flat. Not only because there are barely any hills and elevated areas, but also because the image lacks volume. Ray tracing appears to be completely absent from the game, alongside dynamic shadows, making campfires look very basic and uninteresting. Grass doesn't have any shadows, making it look extremely flat. The same point applies to the flashlight. It looks abysmal, there aren't any shadows, and the range paired with the power are extremely weak. The worst part is that after a patch that added these so-called dynamic shadows, they are still absent. The shadows you see are fake, they're not dynamic and definitely not ray traced. The lighting also appears to behave very strangely. The illumination of the room changes depending on where you look. For the game, if the light is covered, it doesn't exist. Let's start off with the most noticeable feature, which are the game's graphics. One of the most important components of a game are the visuals, as they set the tone of the entire game. A simple change in the color grading can make a huge difference. Now, the original trilogy had a very unique visual style. In case you didn't know, the graphics of the game have been created using photos. Now, the logical question everyone has is, why does the game look so bad? And that's because of two main factors. The resolution of the photos wasn't really good at the time, and when applying these textures onto an object, they were becoming extremely stretched and thus looked very goofy. But nonetheless, despite looking rather janky, the textures gave off this feeling of a harsh, real-life environment. The rusty metal stairs, the broken stone tiles, the old Soviet cars, everything gave off this feeling of a lost world. I think S.T.A.L.K.E.R managed to portray this post-Soviet reality very well, with the majority of once bustling and active buildings now abandoned and decayed. S.T.A.L.K.E.R is the type of game that, despite feeling rather alien and strange with numerous anomalies and monsters, still manages to feel very cozy and comforting at some points. And one of the main ways this feeling is conveyed is via the visuals of the game. Every texture in the trilogy has this gritty look to it, which fits the game really well, as it is set in a contaminated area that's been left to rot for decades.